Hi everyone, it's Lynn. Just wanted to come on here and draw our next crayon, as well as show you some stuff I made. I know one of the last times I was on here, I was talking about I was getting ready to make a beach hat. Well, I made it. So it's reversible. It's super cute. I love how it turned out. So I used the free design on Spruce Crafts, and I will link that in the description. But essentially, it's just like 3 pieces. There's the top of the hat. There's this is the bucket part that goes around. Oh, I'm sorry, this is the brim, the floppy part. And then this is the bucket part. And essentially, you have 3 of each of these and 1 of these for each side. So for the parrot, I'm going to have 1 of the top, 3 of each of the sides, right? And then for the orange, I'm going to have 1 at the top and 3 for each of the sides. So I followed the directions that are on the website. The only thing I did differently is I put interfacing, and it was Pelon 950F. So it's a light interfacing, and I just did 1. And I ironed it actually to the orange, so I put it on the inner part of the hat. And all it does is it gives it just a little bit more stability to where it's not going to be just floppy fabric. So it just gives it a little more, like it'll sit up without me holding it or whatever kind of thing. And then I also added a cord. I had this cord, and I actually kind of put it, if you look at it, I put it kind of towards the back of the hat because I wanted it to fall behind my ears. So I kind of put the hat on and decided where I wanted it to fall. So I said this was the front of the hat. This third of it, I decided was the front of the hat, and then kind of put it in the back to where there's a seam in the back. So that, and then I also, and I don't think she told you to do this, but I did an extra stitch around the edge. She may have told you to do that when you turn it in after you turn it inside out. But I also added another stitch right here, kind of on the, right at that edge. I thought about adding one here, and I may go and do that, but I haven't done that yet. So, and that's just to secure this kind of area so that it won't be all, so that it won't separate too much kind of thing. So anyway, but I love my floppy hat. I thought it was really cute. And so there it is. I made a hat. It's the first hat I've ever made too. So some of you may have already done that. But I hadn't made one, and I thought, well, that's really cute. So I may make some for my friends. But I don't know if I have time. Anyway, so to our drawing, I love talking about chestnut and emerald. So I thought we would see what we're going to pick next. And I'm hoping it's not brown. I love chestnut, but I know we've talked about brown twice, so I'm hoping it's like a different kind of color that we maybe haven't covered yet. So we'll see what I actually get to pick out. So anyway, here we go. Da, da, da. Oh, it's green. It's a yellow green. Ooh, yellow green. You know, I think this is going to be a good color for us. I would say yellow green is that green in the parrot. So that's going to be really interesting. Oh, yellow green. Oh, I can see some stuff over here that I'm like, that'll go in there. Yellow green. Reminds me of, and I know we did, what, Granny Smith apple. I think this is going to be similar to that Granny Smith apple kind of thing. But I think it's going to be, I have thread next to me, so you're going to see a lot of thread. But that, I bet it's close to it, maybe. Maybe not. We'll see. These always color out differently than I expect, though. You know what I mean? Yellow green. Maybe it's more like this. I don't know. That's got more olive to it. We'll have to see. I think yellow green is one of those colors that is going to represent a variety of different thoughts. You know what I mean? Like, to me, yellow green is definitely a part of spring. Like when the flowers are blooming and all that kind of stuff. That definitely reminds me of that. But I think it could also be kind of, you know, the more brighter colors like at Christmas, you know, because the traditional greens are like the emerald or the evergreen, the dark greens, and the really dark scarlet reds. Like, but to me, this spring green and like maybe a cherry red are kind of a new Christmas color trend, and you see it with like the bright blues and all that kind of stuff. So that could be, it could lend itself to Christmas as well. Don't think it lends it to autumn. You know, I'm always kind of thinking about seasons, I guess. I don't know. Do you get that way? Okay, so for me, when I first started quilting, I thought, okay, because I was trying to be practical, which is out the window now. Like, there's no practicality in my quilting anymore. But I was trying to be practical because I was thinking, okay, I have, you know, this many beds in my house, and if I make one quilt for each bed for each season, and so then I was like, there can be winter quilts, and there can be fall quilts, and there can be, you know, spring quilts and summer quilts, and that kind of went out the window for me. I think I have a few that have a couple of quilts that kind of get changed back and forth. But not very many. Like, I should probably think about that again and maybe consider doing that again. I think you get distracted into what am I interested in doing, and that may not be the size of the bed that I want to make the quilt for. So, I do have several quilts that are piece though that need to be quilted, and I have no excuse because I do have a long arm and I don't quilt for other people, but I think you get into what you enjoy doing. So I haven't quilted some of those quilts yet, but I will say from, you know, shingles, I haven't gotten back into quilting, and I need to do that because there's a couple of quilts that need to get done. So anyway, but I did enjoy making the hat. If you guys don't, please go look up that link, and if you want to make a hat, it's super fun. I think it took about a half a yard in each color, and then maybe a half a yard of the interfacing, and I don't know, I want to say a yard, maybe a yard and a half of the cording, because I left it pretty long. Oh, and I didn't cut it apart so that if the hat fell off, or like, you know, if you're in the water and it fell off, it would get caught on my neck, you know, so I wouldn't lose the hat. I don't want to lose the hat. So I left the cording tie. I'm sure you could tie it, but I just chose to leave it attached. So that's what I did there. So anyway, well, I'm very excited and just wanted to jump on here, pull a color. We are going to do spring green. No, what is it? It's called yellow green. Yellow green for our next color, which I think is going to be really interesting. Ooh, this may be it. That may be it. This may be it. I want this to be it. I like this color. So anyway, all right, so we'll do spring green, yellow green, and we will talk to y'all later. Bye.